Alrighty. Howdy, Jasmine. My name is Antonio, and I am the social worker with the local police department. And I was called out here to chat with you today about some of the concerns going on. I heard some of the details from the police officer, but I would much rather hear them from you because this is your story. So, if you don't mind telling me about what's going on and what made you contact 911 today.
Yeah, I was having suicidal thoughts, so I decided that I should call the police.
Okay. Is this your first time having suicidal thoughts?
No.
Do you remember when you first started having suicidal thoughts?
Probably around the age of 18.
And when you were 18 and you first started having these thoughts, did they come with a plan or were they just thoughts?
Just thoughts of not wanting to be here anymore.
Okay. And is that how you are still feeling or do you have a plan?
No plan.
Okay. So just those still those thoughts of you not wanting to be here.
Yeah.
And going back to when you were 18, if you feel comfortable telling me, do you mind telling me the trigger of that one?
It's hard to talk about, but I had two miscarriages when I was 18. I was also in a super abusive relationship. It just took a really big toll on me. It was just abusive, verbally. Damn it.
No, it's okay.
It was just a really hard relationship for me.
No, I understand. And I'm sorry to hear that too.
Thank you.
But did you ever like find someone to talk to about any of that? Like, have you ever tried therapy to talk about those heavy topics?
Um, I've done therapy once, but I did not like it.
Okay. Um, if you don't mind me asking, what did you like about the therapy?
Um, Mostly the meds that they prescribed me. I was on a few different meds and it just made me feel worse. Didn't feel like myself. Felt like a zombie.
That's understandable. Um, so going back to like the current events, so you said you felt suicidal in the past and you're feeling suicidal now. So what are some of the helping healthy coping skills that you have?
Um, by talking to my husband and playing with our three kids.
That's nice. How long have you and your husband been together?
Um, about 8 years.
And what do you and your kids do? Like, what do you guys do as a family to kind of get your mind off of things?
Um, we go to the park. We play blocks. We do finger painting. They love to help bake, so we make chocolate chip cookies a lot. Um, and we watch cartoons.
Nice. Those are some very healthy coping skills. Going outside and getting some fresh air, it gives the kids a chance, to get all that energy out, but it also gives you an opportunity to kind of ground yourself and relax from, all the everyday things going on with your life. And same with the artwork activities. It gives them something to do, but also it gives you something to get your mind off of the thoughts, the intrusive thoughts that you're having. So that's good. But speaking of your husband, where's your husband at right now?
He should be at home.
Is he aware of what's going on and that you left and contacted us?
He knows that I left, but he does not know that I've contacted you guys.
And is your husband like a supportive figure to you when it comes to these suicidal thoughts that you have?
Other than my kids, he's the only support that I have.
So, would it be okay with you if we was to kind of safety plan with him about what's going on?
Yeah, I would want him involved.
For sure. So we'll touch bases on that later down the line. But now I'm kind of starting to think about some services that we could, do for you. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm sorry. There's a few questions that I do have in regards to your suicidal thoughts. Um, do you know how often you have suicidal thoughts? Is it like an everyday thing, or is it kind of like a situational?
Um, More situational.
And for your current suicidal thoughts, when's the last time you had suicidal thoughts up until this point?
Um, Probably 2 days ago.
Okay. And how long do your suicidal thoughts last when they come on? Is it situational again, or does it kind of have like a set duration that it lingers for like a set amount of time?
Just situational. Every time is different.
Okay. And how would you rate your current intensity on a scale of 1 to 10? One being like, they're just thoughts. I just need to call somebody for support. And 10 being, I'm going to do it as soon as you leave.
Well, not 10, but 1, 2.
Okay. But back to the resources, would you be willing to contact or get connected to another therapist?
Um, yeah, I would definitely try it.
And do you kind of have an idea of what type of therapy that you're interested in, or are you kind of just going with the flow of things?
Um, I didn't know there were different type of therapies, but um, I'll just go with the flow of things.
Okay. So one thing I would like to do, I would like to follow up with you and just to make sure you're still doing okay and make sure that you get connected to the resources that you need. The first resource that I'm going to give you is this website called psychologytoday.com. And what that website does is it gives you, it's basically like the Google of therapists. So you can just type in your like zip code or your insurance provider and it'll filter it out and it'll give you like a brief description area of like what services that each therapist offers and you get to kind of pick through and select which one best works for you. But if that's too much for you, you can always call the number on the back of your insurance card and you can ask to get set up with like a case manager and see if they have that available to you and they can connect you to like a therapist that way.
Okay.
Or you could like you know do the psychology today portion and kind of just be, in limbo waiting for a therapist. And you can always utilize like the local crisis lines to call out for support. Um,
Okay.
but yeah. And just to kind of clarify and go over some things, you first had suicidal thoughts when you're about 18 years old. You didn't have any plans when you're first started having suicidal thoughts and when you're having current suicidal thoughts. In the past, your triggers were related to your abusive relationships and your miscarriages.
Mhm.
I forgot to ask you what was the current trigger for today?
I think I was just super overwhelmed because I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Mhm.
So everything just felt like it was just coming on at once and I just couldn't handle it. So the thoughts just came on.
And when you said everything was like coming on at once, was it like the house chores or was it like watching the kids? Was it like a mixture of both?
The kids needing help with their homework, trying to get dinner done, um, them just making a mess and running around the house and not really settling down or listening to me.
Yeah, that could be very overwhelming. And do you feel like your husband can be a person of support when you're getting overwhelmed with things, or does he have his own set of things he has to worry about?
Both. He wasn't home at the time he was coming home, but um, yeah.
Okay. So maybe that's a conversation, like later down the line that you guys could have about, working out something so you're not feeling so overwhelmed and flustered. And um, like I said, you can always reach out to a local crisis line for support when things get too overwhelming for you. But to recap again, the historical suicidal thoughts began when you were 18. Um, the trigger for those were for the miscarriage and the abusive relationship. You didn't have a plan. You still don't have a plan. Um, today's trigger event was feeling overwhelmed with the children.
Mhm.
Uh, it was the children. And then you were willing to get connected to a therapist. You just not sure what type of therapy services you're looking for today. Um, your current intensity is 1 to 2 out of 10. Duration and frequency of your suicidal thoughts is situational, but the last time you had suicidal thoughts was 2 days ago. Your coping skills are heavily reliant on your natural support, so your family, and you are well aware that you can reach out to us for support if needed.
Yes.
Alrighty. Well, do you have any additional questions for me about?
At this time, no.
Well, I have one more question for you. Are you able to keep yourself safe once I leave?
Yes.
And are you able to contact us for help or contact anybody for help if you need?
Yes.
Alrighty. Well, Jasmine, I would like to follow up with you tomorrow. I'll give you a call as soon as I get back into the office to try to coordinate a good time to meet with you, okay?
Sounds good.
You take care.
Let's see you too.